Hey everybody, this is Claire, and this is Small Joyful Things. As always, I go to thrift stores, or I go to estate sales, or sometimes I buy things from Craigslist. Not so much nowadays because, pandemic, I do a lot of shopping in thrift stores, which have been really great, and they generally are quite safe, especially in Vancouver. I don't think I've been in a single thrift store yet where there was anyone not wearing a mask. Everybody wears masks and socially distances, which is really great. But anyway, here's what I got for you. I have a twofer. This is a pair of shot glasses. I have one in green and one in this nice blue color. You can get an idea of the size of them. I don't know if you should call them shot glasses or cordial glasses. I think if they don't have a stem, then they're shot glasses. And then if they do, then maybe they're cordial glasses. You can see there's only a very tiny amount of liquid that can actually go in there. These are very small little glasses. I'll just measure up to show you. About not even 2.5 inches across. And about 5.5 inches high. So the amount that you're actually getting in liquid is very tiny. Don't drop the glasses, Claire. 2 inches. I'm gonna put this away before I knock them over. So here we go. Now I bought these for $2, just a pair of them in a thrift store. I picked them up because when I look at the glassware, I generally look for colored glass. This just happens to be personal preference. I don't particularly like a lot of clear glass. I don't find it interesting, and again, it just doesn't sell really. I got these two because I looked at them and thought they were incredibly pretty, and they were hand blown. And then they have a signature on the underside. And I would love to say that I actually found out who the artist is, and unfortunately I have not. I've done my level best. I cannot for the life of me figure out who made these. It's been a trial, I tell you. I've had them now for, I'd say, for probably 3 weeks, and I've been looking on and off, still can't figure out. Like, the glass itself is kind of nice. You can see it's got a very faint swirl of color. I can think that the base part here is actually applied onto the handle, and on the underside, apart from the signature, what we have is that is the pontil, and it has been kind of roughened out, or there still is a little sharp edge there, but you can see that the pontil, rather than being left like raw, has just been they've taken off the sharp edges using the diamond engraver tool. Now the signature itself says, as far as I can tell, Lue Studio Glass, and that I'm assuming is 2000, and that I literally cannot read. It's the same on both of them. Like, if I just pick this one up to show you, Lue Studio Glass 00, and place that I cannot identify. The only real hint I might have on where these would have come from is that the way that I'm pretty sure it says Studio Glass, but where it says Studio Glass there's only one S, and that would kind of suggest that it's Scandinavian. I know that there's some glassworks and everything. I see Glassbrook written down, and it's only got one S, so Studio Glass could actually be, it could be a Scandinavian art glass glass artist of some kind, but I can't figure it out. And the thing is that I can't even figure out if that's a place somewhere in say Denmark or Sweden or what have you. I've just tried, and considering that my Google foo skills are usually pretty good, and I've usually done incredibly well being able to identify signatures, even no matter how obscure, on the stuff that I find. Like, it's just so aggravating that I finally have these pieces here and I'm completely lost with them. I've done what I can. They have defeated me, and it's such a shame that I was only able to find the two of these. Like, they're nice glasses. They have a certain kind of, how would you describe it? They have very much a kind of an organic quality to them because they are hand blown. I don't know if it was done by a master glass artist, but it was definitely blown by somebody who at least had a clue of what they were doing, and that's kind of what I look like, or what I look for when I'm going and picking up art glass. I'm pretty sure that they are modern again. I'm pretty sure that the 00 refers to the year 2000. Technically, at this point, they are vintage because they're more than 20 years old. Do we actually have wear on the base? Not really. Normally for something that has a lot of wear, you'd see a moss ring or something. Kind of don't really have that here. I suspect they have not been used much. Now, the other question is, like, what could these possibly be worth? And I have to say, like, for signed art glass where you can't identify the maker, generally what happens is that, you know, you gotta price it based on what you've got in front of you. And again, I bought these for $2. I would say the most I'm going to be able to sell them for is maybe $10. They're not going to be worth a whole lot unless I can identify the maker and I can identify, you know, kind of the market price for their work. Like, unless you know the maker, you just essentially have no idea what the market is. It's just for unsigned art. You know, it's going to be the same for unsigned art glass, basically. That said, there is actually an entire it's an entire thing collecting art glass that's signed and you can't identify the signature because the signature is either really obscure or it's from someone who wasn't doing any work for a very long time, or because their handwriting is just god awful, which turns up quite a lot, unfortunately. And very occasionally you can actually help someone discover like what a signature was. On the glass collecting subreddit that I hang out on quite a bit, someone actually posted a picture and I thought, oh hey, I think I might know that signature. And it turned out that like it could be the signature of a glass artist in Vancouver called David New-Small. He was working in like the 80s and 90s. And I happened to spot his signature because I was looking at something else. I was looking at art glass in Vancouver for something else, for another thing that I was researching, and I happened to spot his signature. I looked at the one on the decanter that someone had actually posted up and said that might be what it is. But that's kind of worth it for this kind of art glass. Like, it's the best feeling in the world when you finally identify a signature and you know who made it. It's just, I don't think I'm going to be, I think in this case I'm probably not going to find out. It's probably going to remain a mystery, unfortunately. I may do an update video if I ever do find out who this maker is. And again, if you recognize the signature, do let me know. There it is, as best I can show it up to you. I would love to find out who they are. If they haven't, well, obviously, if the glasses have sold by the time I figure out who it is, then, well, nothing much can be done there. So, here are my small joyful things for the day. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye-bye.